Hello, everybody. Hey, Dave. Happy Monday. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Hi, Donna. Okay, be back after supper. Sounds good. Alicia, hello. Oh, Thanksgiving. Well, and today we're celebrating Columbus Day. So you have Thanksgiving. Very nice. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Where are we here? Okay, the three of you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. We have a beautiful chilly evening right now. What did I do? Oh, here it is. My phone. It's in the mid to low 50s right now, but we're supposed to get, I guess, our first frost tonight, I think. The last number of days, it's been, you're 53 right now? Okay. So we're kind of about the same. Let me see. 52. Yep, we're about the same. And a weather alert, freeze. Oh, not even a frost, but a freeze warning. What is it supposed to get down to? Yeah, we're going to be at 33, which means that it will drop a little bit more. That probably means that the winds are going to die down to almost nothing. Yep, northwest at 4. So it's going to feel like 30 degrees at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's when it's going to happen. The dew point is 32. So yeah, good recipe for a freeze there. Or they're saying a freeze, but frost. Probably a freeze. I have been gone since Wednesday. I just got home a little over an hour ago. So I'm a little bit worn out here. I was at a conference in Pittsburgh. So I just landed this afternoon, drove home, and it's just like a process. You get from the hotel to the airport and then go through the airport and then fly. I did have a nonstop Pittsburgh to Minneapolis. And then there's a shuttle that I have to take from the airport to my sister's house. And then, to the drop-off point, and then somebody else picks me up and brings me to my sister's house, and then I go from my sister's house to my house, which is another hour and a half. So a lot of traveling, a lot of steps, a lot of things. But anyway, I was at a part of a international women's organization, and just really spirit-filled. And went there Wednesday morning, and like I said, just got back today. So it was a full weekend. I ended up being photographer for the conference. So so I had my laptop with and kept downloading emptying out my SD cards a couple times a day. But I end up Saturday night putting together a short video, like a 4-minute video. So I was like kind of back in business and doing the videos. So hello, Kathy. How are you? Mother Earth Garden Club. Hi. You're wishing fall was longer. I know, right? If it could be like 2 or 3 months long, that would be very, very nice, wouldn't it? Dave, you're only going to drop to about 40 tonight. Okay. Is Kathy Nightcrawler? Hello. You got a first frost last night? Oh, okay. I was wondering about that going further north. Yeah, because there were days like the end of last week that they said that, I kind of kept track of everything, and they said it was going to get down to like 35, 34, something like that Fahrenheit, but didn't quite do that. Patty, hello. Post-travel tired, yes. And there were some nights only 4 or 5 hours of sleep, so, and then all the traveling just wears you out. I was trying to nap on the plane, trying to nap on the shuttle, trying trying to nap while I was driving home, which doesn't work out that well. Oh, I was on my way home. And I took a video of it. I kind of like held my camera at my steering wheel while I was driving and just kind of let it do it. But there was a semi. Didn't seem like it had a trailer on it, but a semi was on fire. All its whole back chassis, the tires were on fire. I mean, all of them. So it wasn't like just one tire blew or anything. They were all on fire. It was just black smoke everywhere, and it was so I took a video and sent it to a friend of mine, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" But I was like, "I'm not seeing a semi on fire on the side of the road." But anyway, a little bit of excitement. It's like, okay, I'm a half hour from home, and now I'm running into danger, after traveling all that time. So 37 for you tonight. Okay. Um, you have to cover your geraniums. Yeah. Um, it jumped in here. So um, everybody's saying hi, hello, hello. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I probably could. I'll try to remember that later, Alicia. So, but yeah, it was because I don't think you guys could see it if I held it up. I mean, I could try. Let me see. Try to hold it up so there's not much sound on it. Until towards the end. Begins as I'm driving by it. There are two semis there. Unless maybe he unhooked his trailer. I bet that's what he did. You can see it right at the end there. So, anyway, yeah. Do you guys see it okay? Or do I need to show it again? Hey, Eli, good evening to you. 7 weeks ago, your son's semi-trailer exploded. Oh my goodness, Kathy. Wow. Because of Philippe? Was that another hurricane that came through? Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I had to drive like right by it, as you could see right when I stopped filming, and it was just like, I'm like, Lord, please don't let those tires explode or let the tank explode. That's what I was worried about too, is his gas tank, and it's like, just let me get by before anything happens. So, anyway, yeah, it was, I don't know. He was, I saw the driver standing, it was the back end that was on fire. And, but he was standing like in front of his truck. And I'm like, dude, I would be like a block away from that. Calling the police or the fire department or something. But anyway, standing right in front of your truck. So tropical storm 3 weeks. Okay. I've been a little bit away from things, so I didn't know that was going on. Hey, Joy, how are you? Yes, thank you. Yeah, after all that traveling, and I drive by that. So, anyway, I wanted to show you guys. I told you now that you have. Yeah, I'm so thirsty. That I was a photographer, and I shoot, all of my stuff and everything with my camera, and I never really show you what I actually use. And so I thought I'd take an opportunity real quick here to kind of go through what I brought with, in case any of you are ever asked to do that. So, oh, happy birthday, Mother Earth Garden Club. Your son is 47. Oh, I'm getting up there, Patty. So anyway, I have this little case here for my Canon. And this is what I have here. It's a Canon G7X Mark II. I don't have the Mark III. So the back screen flips up. So if you're, videoing yourself, you can see what's in the picture and everything. Um, See, there it is. It's right there. So it pops out by itself when you turn the power on, and it's got all the different things. So it's almost a point and shoot type of thing. It's not a full DSLR or anything, but it does the job. It does really nice, and it's so compact and very easy, and it takes really good videos. And of course, there's all of the different functions and everything that are on the back. Um, I usually just kept it on auto because the light was changing all the time, especially in a conference room. Anyway, this is the size of the battery, Canon battery. So I have the charger, and so I had 2 chargers and 3 batteries with me, and um, so like I would shoot all morning sessions and stuff, and then I go up at noon, um, just dump my SD card to my laptop, and then change out the batteries, plug this one in, charge it while I was doing that, and then put in a fresh battery, and worked great. Didn't have any problems at all. Um, your oldest is 50. I know. How about this? Um, I'm not sure what there's the Mark III out, which the capabilities of that is to, I think you could put see, this has like a microphone thingy on top here. Just that. It doesn't have the ability to attach another microphone. I got it on Amazon, so you have to go and look, but what did I pay for this? It was 600 or 700, so not cheap, but for a small camera, and the quality is really good. I mean, you guys seen my videos. That's what I use on it. So the Canon EOS, yeah, that's a good one too. So if I ever upgrade, it would either be a M50 type of thing, Canon M50, or something like that. So, but at this point, this works real well. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Dave, it's not bad. So anyway, and then what I do, it's kind of wobbly because I've been using it so long. So it's a little tripod. I didn't ever have to like set it down anywhere, but what I do, it's got this hole, and I just screw this on to the bottom here, and it makes it much more stable for filming, for taking pictures. So I can hold it like this, and then I can, reach up and get something overhead, like get the whole crowd or something. And I can hit the controls a lot easier, and it's much more stable. I don't get, if you're holding it like this, trying to hit things, it can get really wiggly, or if you're trying to do different things. So just having something else to hold on to, it makes it very stable, and it's easy enough to unscrew. This I could store in my suitcase for flying back, but cameras and batteries have to be taken out of their cases going through TSA, and because they need to be able to see them. So I had that in my laptop all in one compartment in my backpack, and so I was able to just pull all that out, which is really very handy. Um, I don't think you can. I don't think it unscrews. Um, I've not tried, and I don't want to. I don't want to try to break it or anything. But it's a PowerShot G7X Mark II. So anyway, the Mark III, you can actually go live with it. So it will, yeah, see this one, it's got a little flash and everything too, if you want it. I never use it because flash pictures get really weird looking and everything. So you just adjust your light to get a flash. Your hands shake too much not to use a tripod. You need a gimbal along with the tripod. The auto lift to see over crowds would be cool. Yeah. So I didn't my big tripod is too heavy. I didn't want to add that to my luggage. Um, and most of the shots I needed to take were, there wasn't room to be able to even set up a tripod, so it was did like lots of candid shots and things like that. So this worked out really well, and it's what I'm used to using. It's got good foamy grips and stuff like that. Little things for um, non-slip bottom and stuff like that. So, like I said, I had my charger with my little Canon battery, and then I had extra one, and I got these cases at Walmart. They're like in the school supply section, like little pencil cases or different supply things. I got them a few years ago, but they still carry them. They're called Super Stackers. That's the brand name. It's a Super Stacker, and they come in different sizes. This one holds a couple SD cards. Oops, to pick that up. But I can put another charger, another battery in here, and then there's still room on top that I could put a couple SD cards in there. Then I have another little one. So I just kept these in my backpack. So this one I had, these fit the SD cards perfectly. And I got these little SD card cases on Amazon. I think you get a dozen of them in an order or something. But they're so great. Like here's a little mini one. Let me chip, but there's they have, so I don't lose one. I try to open one up here. I couldn't do it before. Oh my goodness. Okay. So they're not going to like easily pop open. Okay. So these have like, they're the shape of the SD card. So they just can pop right in here and not slide around. And then of course, there's one for a mini one, and they just snap shut. And so it's really nice to be able to have them, and I just keep them in my little containers here. It's got a pretty good zoom. I mean, I was able to, how far away would I be? 40 or 50 feet, maybe, from some of the speakers, and I could zoom in and get them just head and shoulders and get some good clear pictures with it. So, and that's without a flash in it. Of course, in the conference room, there was lots of, spotlights and stuff like that. So that really oh, thank you, Patty. Oh, yeah, the Super Stackers, you can get them on Amazon too? Okay. I had just gotten these at Walmart because I went to Walmart and actually got, was able to see them and see the sizes and stuff. But because they've got like longer pencil cases and these, but I love them for how durable they are, and they're easy to get into. Just the little things on the side. So, and then this little one is just like so cute. Holds, how many does it hold? 3. So 3 SD cards. So if you have, that's plenty, especially if you're, well, like I only used one because I just kept dumping the photos and the stuff like that, like twice a day. So but if you didn't have that with you, you just wanted to have a bunch of SD cards, that's the easy way to carry them. Remind me what the gimbal is. Is that the, I don't know. Remind me what that is. I'm from traveling, and my brain isn't working right now. So, okay. So, anyway, that is what I brought to do all my filming. And then I just used iMovie for the other thing. But, yeah, and then this low pro case, It's not one that came with this, but this has some weight to it, so it's pretty good. This has a zipper front and with a little pocket, and so I could put another SD card and a battery in here if I wanted to, and just carry that. And it also has a thing that can go right through your belt. So you're it's very efficient for what I need. Gimbal smooths out the walk. Ah, okay. All right. So it's something that's it's a device that's attached like to your tripod then or your camera where you're walking. So that's a good idea. I was wondering how like I don't know if any of you ever watch Wild Wonderful Off Grid, but she's got some that she's walking around something, but it's like, my goodness, how does she do it so smooth? It's like she's got it on a tripod and she's, zooming or something, but you could tell that she has to be moving around something. So that's like pivoting, self-centering. Okay. I might have to check into that and look at it because I do some wiggly stuff when I'm walking around with it. It's natural, right? Your body does all that. So anyway, yeah, lots of traveling. So, but it was good. It was good. Couldn't tell you guys ahead of time because, I don't want people to know when I'm going to be gone. That's not a good thing, right? You don't want to let the world know. So, anyway, so we've got Philippe going up that way. What else is going on in your worlds, in the countries? So, thanks, Patty. Yeah. You put your hand out, you're able to keep it straight. Nice. Oh, that's good. That's very good. It's not so bad when you're doing like holding a selfie stick or the tripod, holding that way. That's not too bad. There's just some other when you want really slow shots or something like that. Then it's like you're trying to get, and then it just like kind of jerks and goes that way. So, yeah, stepping over rocks. Hi, Kiri. How are you doing? Oh, you and your rocks. Yes, the rocks, definitely. Um, so I was trying to think of what I could talk about tonight, and really, I'm just so tired. So I'm like, okay, we have a frost coming. It's like I have a few things in the garden yet. Some the frost will damage and probably won't recover, but it's okay. So before I left, I pulled my peppers. I pulled a zucchini. Um, I got all the rest of the beds. I still have green onions in Swiss chard, lemon balm, basil, the strawberries, of course, and the herbs. So those are all still in. Everything else, I pulled, prepped the beds, and I actually I couldn't find my packet of my cover crop, the pea clover and alfalfa, I think it is, or something like that. No, pea clover. It's the peas and clover. I am tired, guys. I'm sorry. So I found it after I finished the beds, but so I just used the annual rye out there to fill the beds to get my cover crops in. But I may have waited a little too long because it was chilly this week. So I don't know if we're going to end up warming up enough for it. I think it's going to pretty much stay in the 50s with 30s at night. So I don't know. I mean, it's grass, so you'd think it would grow a little bit anyway. I'm hoping. But I just had so much else going on with the greenhouse and everything. I just didn't get enough out there. So, um, yeah, 50s and 40s for the highs, 30s and 40s for the lows. So, looks like the highest this week is going to be, or for the next 10 days, is today. and it was 55. So, I don't know if it'll grow or not, but, we'll see. You found sprouts in the yard from a lilac bush? Ooh, that's really good. Hey, Caitlin. Am I gonna use the new greenhouse over winter? Um, I won't be able to overwinter, but I'm gonna try to get some things going outside, um, maybe even this week. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'd like to get some lettuce going in the greenhouse. Maybe I don't know about spinach or kale. We'll see. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what I can get. Right now would be perfect time for all that to grow because it will stay above freezing easily out there. So, you picked berries off a cactus type plant full of sharp stickers. Toss them by the fence, hoping they grow and produce. Ooh, that would be interesting. You got a lot of interesting things, Curie. Hey, Donna. Hi. Um, Spokane is the lilac city. Little known fun fact. I've got that huge lilac hedge, so I love lilacs too. They're so pretty. They're very, very aggressive. So you've got those three little sprouts. In another year, there'll be about 12. The rye you use in your food plots for deer germinates at soil temps is low. Okay, well, that's good to know. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, even if it can get up 5 or 6 inches, it'll be something that will help the soil a little bit anyway. So one of the reasons it was so late is because I couldn't find it. And it ended up being in a box in the basement with other grass seed and fertilizers, and I finally found it. So it was not where I thought I had put it. So anyway, that's why it took so long to get some of those others done. But anyway, I got it done, got those out there, and um, it was a rush to get everything done before leaving. So then a full week, and now I'm back and trying to get caught up on some other things this week and some semblance of order in my life. But April has dragged one of your ducks. Oh, Kiri, no. When you say somebody, was it a four-legged somebody or a two-legged somebody? Oh, I'm so sorry. That stinks. There's a war there. Coyote. It certainly could have been a coyote, I guess, right? So, all right, we're going to talk about some fruits and veggies that improve with a frost that comes out. And some of them you've heard a lot about before, but some others I had no idea. I was like, because I was interested in it too. Um, Certainly we'll be praying for you, Caitlin. Certainly. So off I-5 north of Vancouver, Washington. Very cool. Use a tree on the other side of the fence. When they want their food, they'll do anything for it, right? So, anyway, did you know that there are certain vegetables that taste better after a frost? In cold conditions, many starchy vegetables like parsnips, celeriac, carrots, and others turn the starches in their cells into a botanical antifreeze. It's the words they use to avoid cold damage. I didn't know carrots would. I mean, if that was the case, I'm gonna start planting my carrots later and leaving them in for first frost. So, I'm thinking that it's like, oh, I gotta get them out of the ground, right? So it's like, no, just yeah, apples too. Yep. Um, oh, Dave, you're so smart. I just didn't know that. The antifreeze is sucrose, also known as sugar. So it turns everything sweet. So In fact, it would have been really good for my carrots this year. I grew the purple carrots, and they're not a real sweet carrot at all. They're hard, and they are they're very, very good and everything, but they're certainly not a sweet carrot. So having them in the ground through a frost would have been really, really good for me this year. Um, you can harvest them until about mid-December before the ground gets too hard to pull them. Nice. Love them for Thanksgiving. Beets too. Yes, beets are another one. Pile straw on top of them. That's however, with my raised beds, I get the cold coming in from the sides too, so um, covering them doesn't work that great for the whole winter. But so not only does this allow the plants to tolerate colder temperatures, but it also makes them taste better. In fact, um, they don't really harvest late kale crop until it's been sweetened by a few frosts. So, most people will start kale early in the spring, have it, and then it will either bolt or get bitter by midsummer when it's so hot. But if you plant another crop, let's say late August or something like that, and have it come in, then it's like that's a better one because you're gonna can't grow carrots you can plant beets, turnips. Oh, there you go. Um, so yes, celeriac. I hope I'm saying that right. Leeks, beets, carrots, and parsnips. They all get a little sweeter with the first frost. Um, this person was saying that at a recent farmers market, one of the farmers said that his kale had been frost cured. So it's kind of a cool way to describe what it happens. It's cured by frost. Um, so to prolong the harvest season of these cold season superstars, protect your autumn vegetable beds with like a mini hoop tunnel or row covers from any like really hard freezes. A lot of these can take a light frost and everything. Some can take a little bit more of a freeze, but really nothing um, below probably 28 degrees or something like that. Um, so you can set up like mini tunnels or something with hoops and with the frost covers, all that kind of stuff. When starts getting a little colder, you can put plastic over that and kind of make a little greenhouse type of thing with it too. Yep, Brussels sprouts too. You have a lot of those. Good for you. Good for you. So depending on the crop, you can extend the harvest by weeks or even months. Of course, depending on um, your climate too, with the little row covers and stuff. So, the vegetables that taste better after a frost are kale and cabbage, lettuce, Swiss chard, carrots, parsnips, Brussels sprouts, beets, leeks, turnips, and rutabagas, and celeriac. So a lot of really good winter crops in there. Um, in a fall garden, the first frost isn't always a bad thing. So it's again turning the starches into sugars. So I'm going to kind of go into a little more detail with all these. So sorry, flying makes me so thirsty. So I'm trying to get caught up on everything. Cabbage. That's what they said. So let me see. Cabbage. Cool weather actually makes cabbage taste sweeter. While there are many varieties to choose from, pick one you can harvest in 55 days. Spray with organic BT early in the season to eliminate cabbage moths. So they probably could take like a light frost, I imagine. Um, so kale, you can also grow that in a cold frame. So frost-kissed collards. that are picked, cleaned, and braised. You braise the collards. Has anybody ever done that? Braise them with seasoned stock. That's a traditional thing for Southern holiday tables. Hey, Christy. Hi. The hardy greens, the collard greens, can handle freezing temps into the teens. Woo, there we go. Making them a winter-long crop in zones 8 and below. So, wow, I had no idea. So collard greens, I know that it was a southern crop, but I didn't know they were that hardy into the teens. There you go, Kiri, you could grow collards. Um, you 4 to 5 heads out there. Oh my goodness, Kathy. Wow. You have been 50 pounds of sauerkraut. You've been a preserving machine out there. So rutabagas and turnips. Cold hardy rutabagas are a cross between a cabbage and a turnip. Just like with turnip plants, you can eat the greens as well as the roots of rutabagas. Anybody ever eaten rutabaga greens? In the garden, give both rutabagas and turnips lots of moisture. Work compost into the soil to help the plants hold water. So that can hit. One thing to know about carrots exposed to freezing. After a freeze, you can't pull them and do long-term storage. Oh, you need to pull storage crops pre-frost. Good point, Dave. Good point. So, thank you. Thank you for that. Carrots and beets. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm not thinking of everything there. Carrots and beets are semi-hardy roots that tolerate light frosts and temps as low as 29 degrees Fahrenheit. With proper planning, you can have both spring and fall crops in many parts of the country. Carrots are easy to grow from seeds, of course. They do best in spots that get between 6 and 8 hours of sunlight. Yeah, so down to 28 degrees. So obviously collards down in the teens. Kale can take a little bit into the 20s, are growing in a cold frame. Carrots and beets to 29 degrees. That's really just below freezing. So, okay, you guys are, I love your comments. You guys are doing so great. So, and before I forget, thank you to all my moderators for all of your work. I really appreciate it and keeping the conversations going. You bought an acorn squash for the first time? Oh, yeah, they are small. Very good. When my friends were over a couple weeks ago, I made my delicious what is it, butternut squash soup, and it was so good. And they were just like, oh, they wanted the recipe. So yes, I do have to. I guess I did do a video on it. I showed pictures on Instagram and I gave the recipe, but I need to do a video on that. So it's getting to be that time. But yeah, it's so good. I have pulled some leftovers out of the freezer because when you leave for a week or so or longer, you just like empty the refrigerator out, and any leftovers you put them in the freezer. So when I got home, I just pulled them back out into the fridge. So you're growing white acorn squash for the first time. Ooh, I bet that looks neat. It is so good, Patty. Oh, I had like some coconut milk to it, and I mean, it's really good. Okay, so Swiss chard. Chard's bright stems and bold veins glow in ornamental plantings, in window boxes and containers. It also provides tasty, nutritious greens through the fall. I have Swiss chard yet in my garden. It took a long time for it to get going because it started from seed in the garden, and I think they're just starting to come up a little. I mean, I should say they're about 6 to 8 inches tall. Something like, I can't see them right now. I have my computer glasses on, so everything out there is fuzzy. But Um, Set plants in late summer for a fall harvest, giving them lots of water when the weather is hot. Okay, leeks are another good one. So plant leeks in late summer for a fall harvest. This cousin of the onion is ideal for a raised bed garden. Leeks should be planted deep and covered with soil to achieve the white stem. In zone 7 and warmer, leeks will overwinter in the garden. You can harvest them throughout the cold season, ensuring a winter's worth of leek and potato soup. So they didn't give I wish they would have given all like the degrees that each one, because some of them said, like the collards, oh, you can go into the teens. Carrots and beets can do 29 degrees, but they didn't do it with everything. So that would have been nice. But what does Swiss chard taste like? I think it is, for me, it's like a cross between lettuce and celery, kind of. I don't know if that's kind of, oh, it's kind of like spinach. Um, Yeah, the ribs, I almost use them like a celery. So it's like, chopping them up, putting them in salads and stuff like that. So they're all pink and red and purple and stuff like that in there. So chard tastes like greens. Yep. Chard better. Hi, Michelle. Leaves taste a lot like beet grains. Interesting. Um, okay, now radishes. I didn't know radishes liked getting a frost. They grow so fast when you first start them out in the summer and everything. And it's like, I always think of those as like the first crops, you plant them in there along with other slow growing stuff. And then it's just boop, they're popping up in 20 days, and harvesting them. But, um, so things like comet and early scarlet globe, they'll be ready to pick in a little more than a month from when they're planted. Radish greens are a tasty addition to salads. You slice up the fresh radish, da 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 da. But anyway, they like a light frost too. Um, how do you get rid of the bitterness? In chard? Cranberry color stems from Swiss chard family. Okay. Um, I don't remember that they've been bitter, but we're talking about Swiss chard is one that can take a light frost. So if you still have them in your garden and you get a light frost coming, you might um, that might help with the taste. I don't know. Otherwise, just lots of water. I think, or watering them a lot really helps. Um, okay, now here's the cabbage. Oh, I already read that one. So okay. Broccoli and cauliflower. These cool season vegetables grow best in extended cool weather. Um, you can get a large head out of the early green sprouting broccoli or snowball cauliflower, 50 to 55 days, which is pretty decent. Um, let me see. Plant seedlings in midsummer so they have time to grow to maturity. If you live in zones 8 to 9, these varieties will grow all winter. Check seed packets and the frost date calendar to determine exact planting dates. Carrie, what zone are you? Because you're like super, super hot all summer. And then the last few years you've had, ice storms and deep freezes and all kinds of stuff going through. So it's like not your typical zone in that way. So, um, oh, that was fun, Christy. That's great to do. Leaf miners. Oh, they like chard. Like they do beet greens, so they grew chard among the potato plants. Interesting. Okay. I love it when you know how to companion plant so that they take care of each other in that way. Okay. Now, here's some of this information. Again, I put it in the show notes below. You guys can go and read this too. This last one. Okay, the fruit that so we covered the veggies, fruit that works really well for waiting for a frost or a freeze or something. Apples, there's certain varieties that like to do it. The Harrelsons love to wait for a first frost because then they get sweeter. Some of the others don't do well with the first frost, so you need to get those out of there. So you're zone 5. Ooh, that is interesting. Okay. 2 tomato hornworms on a pepper plant. Oh my goodness. Yes, I agree, Dave. I agree. And I don't have chickens to give them to, so it's like watching the bats flying around. Oh, they're looking for their winter staples too, aren't they? So anyway, some apples like to have a first frost because then that again that turns that changes the cell composition, turns the starches into sugars, and makes for a nice sweet apple. Um, Rhubarb, which I did not know, but around or just below freezing, like 32, 31, right in there, not a hard freeze, but just right at freezing level, right that frost. It'll sweeten up rhubarb really well. Anything below that, it'll kill it, and it'll leave black spots all over the stems and different, and then it's like it's done for. But just a little bit. If you're waiting for your rhubarb to get sweet, look for that first frost and just do that. So, um, yeah. So, oh, okay. So, Curie, that's what makes a difference there. Yep, your elevation. And then certain grapes for ice wine. Now, I'd never heard about this, but I was watching a video on this, and it's in with one of those links I sent you. There's a video in there somewhere. Anyway, they talk about and these were all like purple grapes that they were showing, but it was like no leaves left on. There was snow on the ground, all this other kind of stuff. But they wait for a good freeze for these, and but then they've got like people um, on hand and everything, waiting for them to um, on standby, I should say, and they're just waiting for the temperature. So as soon as it hits that particular freezing temperature and right and below and everything, they are out there um, day and night just picking the grapes because it sweetens that grape to just the perfect sweetness, and then they make the wine out of it, and they call it ice wine because they've waited for a certain freezing temperature to be able to pick it, and it's just apparently an excellent flavor to it. So, um, hasn't done okay. Pull rhubarb before it got very warm this spring. We're on the fourth cutting. Wow. During the summer, you just kind of have to let it go because it's bolting and, it's not any good. But in spring and then a fall cuttings of rhubarb, those are great. The grape growers in Michigan pick after dark. I wonder if that's what it is. Something like that. I missed the country that they were talking about for grapes for ice wine. I don't know if they said it in there or not, but anyway, way too ripe, smell like wine and the rats. Oh, Patty, that is funny. I had a bar fight. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Yeah, drunk rats entertaining you. You should have taken a video of it. Oh my goodness. You can be buried in ice and snow, but you've it's not that far from here. Totally different clan. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That is so great. All right. So, we're going to talk about um, this one comes from a researcher in Oregon State University. So we're talking about the Northwest here, Patty, your backyard. So I'm just going to read it out. So the fearless gardener still has a chance to plant some cold hardy vegetables to harvest next spring. Winter gardening is a risky business. It may work one year with a mild winter, but not another when the weather is more severe. If you plant some cold hardy vegetables from mid August to early October, depending on the crop, there's a good likelihood you will produce something on the other end in the spring. They say farming is a gamble, some years more than others. So, cold weather doesn't kill these hardy plants. It simply slows their growth rate. For every rise of 18 degrees, growth rate doubles. It kind of makes sense. I didn't know that's what it was, though. So, ice wine is from Canada. Oh, there you go. So, the Canucks are grown to ice wine. It'd be in the northwest part of Oregon. That's the zone too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be. Okay. Hey, Christine, always entertaining, isn't it? Okay, so for every rise of 18 degrees, growth rate doubles. But that guideline is only applicable for an air temperature range of 40 to 98 degrees. If you plant cold hardy vegetables from mid-August to early October, there's a chance they can mature by next spring if they survive in a vegetative state through the winter without reproducing. Sounds like some people I know. Anyway, according to Myers, the hardiest vegetables that can withstand heavy frost of air temperatures below 28 degrees include spinach, Walla Walla sweet onion, garlic, leeks, rhubarb, rutabaga, broccoli, kohlrabi, kale, cabbage, chicory, Brussels sprouts, corn salad. I'm not familiar with that. Arugula, fava beans, radish, mustard, Austrian winter pea, and turnip. So Patty, get your get your notebook out and start growing these things, right? Um, fall crop. Corn salad is the summer green you grow here. Oh, okay. Semi-hardy vegetables that can withstand light frost of air temperatures in the range of 28 to 32 degrees includes beets, spring market carrots, parsnip, lettuce, chard, pea, Chinese cabbage, endive, some people say endive, radicchio, cauliflower, parsley, and celery. Celery can take it too. Okay. For beets, spring market carrots, and parsnips, the tops will die, but the roots would tolerate lower temperatures. You need a garden to grow them in first. Oh, it's not coming along yet. You thought corn salad was when you take a can of corn and eggs. Yeah, me too, Carrie. That's what it sounds like. I didn't know there was something particular that grew. Um, Vegetables that contain the pigment anthocyanin, which gives them a vibrant red or purple color, are more resistant to rots caused by winter rains. So grow your purples, right? They include purple sprouting broccoli, Rosalind broccoli, and purple kale. So they're more resistant to rot. That's great to know. Mache. Um, if you live in an area of the state that gets prolonged snow cover, the fluffy white stuff acts as insulating mulch and warms the soil for these tough plants. No matter where you live in Oregon, some of the worst problems we have in the winter are with rain rather than temperature. So protecting plants from the rain is quite helpful. They recommend covering vegetables with high or low tunnels made from metal hoops and clear plastic. You can use row covers or cloche. I don't know if anybody is familiar with that. Cloch. So cloches. And a cloche is like, it can be small, little, little like this, or big, but they're either glass or plastic, like bell-shaped cover, and you put it down over the plant, and it's kind of bell-shaped. So yeah, wood is right. Um, no, Kathy, it isn't. It's something you can eat. So um, purple cauliflower, purple broccoli. Yeah, no, they're very good. Um, you can also warm the soil using mulch made from yard debris, cardboard, or newspaper. So then it just say, cross your fingers, and by next March, you could be feasting on shelled, succulent fava beans seasoned with salt and lemon juice. I don't know. I'm not into fava beans, so that might be something worth trying. So, South of Mongoose. Yeah, I know Patty, right? Desiccating winter. Yeah. So, and he was from Oregon State University. He's a plant breeder and researcher. So I don't know. He's somewhere. They also have a basket type cloche. Oh, cool. But yeah, I was like, cloche, what is that? I had to Google it, and I was like, they're kind of cool. Kind of cool there. So anyway, just some ideas if you're in a climate where you can grow, um, put in a winter garden and everything, some things that will help to sustain what you deal with there. So, what did they say? From mid-August to early October. I think we've just passed early October. That would have been this last week. But if you get it in tomorrow, maybe you could get it. So, um, that is true. That's true. So it makes me think of Hannibal Lecter. Fava beans. Yep. So anyway, those are just some ideas. It's what I could pull together real quick because yeah, it was like I was only home a little over an hour before we went live here. So anyway, I mean I could have just said, hey, I just got home, I'm tired, but I wanted to be on with you guys. So a little terrarium. Almost like that. Yeah. I don't know if I could pull up a picture on my phone and show you guys. Okay. Cloche. Beljar. Um, Here's a good. So it could be either plastic or glass. So there's one. You can see. Um, oh, this one's so garden cloche, and that actually says it right there. Garden cloche. So you can see that they have a whole bunch of them, and they just put them right over the plants. So it's like okay, you've got all your plant starts, you put them in the garden, and then we're gonna have a frost here, so you get out and just cover each single one of them. I would think it would also help to keep bugs away for a while too, but especially protect them in the for frost and stuff like that. So written in 2013. Oh, okay. Um, oh, thanks, Joy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna rest. I need to do so. And the contractor's coming Wednesday to start banging and tearing stuff apart. So anyway, always interesting, learn something new. So Oh, thanks, Kiri. You guys are very, very sweet. But yes, I am tired. And um, it's 7 o'clock now, my time. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing my camera stuff and my little equipment for traveling and just pared down and doing the things that I needed to do. And yeah, so I am going to sign off and I am going to go chill for the rest of the night, watch some YouTube videos, go to bed early. So, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope. And I hope you have a great week. I really do. So, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you for coming. So, good night.